talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Mayegun don come. So my people make you lie down, yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun die the political, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. This one not dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Person wey dey do evil no wan make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too dey talk. He too dey talk. Say Mayegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman pikin dey the street dey hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo.
Hello there.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun làwa mọ̀, àmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Mayegun diary,
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí. Ó sì tún ṣe eré.
There is an ongoing chaos, pandemonium in Ibadan. As you are watching this video, if you are watching it live and you are watching from Ibadan, I know a lot of people are also confused. People are saying that it's a bomb blast. Others are saying it's a gas explosion. But currently, we have no idea what caused the current explosion in Ibadan. And we also don't have a clue how many people have been killed and what is really happening. But we will know before the end of the night.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé.
Thank you so much for joining me. Please share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. Read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast, and please share it and pay your offering. Like the video.
I could not move for like a minute. I'm telling you.
For me?
No, your flash.
You got this. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá ayé ẹ̀sùn rájú. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò ayé ẹ̀sùn rájú. Òwúrọ̀ olóṣèlú ayé ẹ̀sùn rájú. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rájú. Ayé ẹ̀sùn rájú. Mayegun ti dé.
Mo ti dé, and sorry for the late start. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun Live. As we were about to hit the studio to start this broadcast, the news broke that there is an explosion or explosions in Ibadan. What caused that currently is yet to be ascertained. At first, it was reported as bomb blast. For people in areas like, Bodija, those who are around there, I think I have a list of this. Those who are around there, Agbowo, Songo, Bodija, they were the earlier people who kind of raised the alarm. What is this? And so many properties have been destroyed. As you are watching this, we believe that when the night is over, all right, in the morning, we believe that we'll have the full report. But currently, I am going to kind of hold on to it and wait for further information on this. Because the other day, when they said that the Nigerian army, that they mistakenly dropped a bomb in Kaduna, part of what the jihadist Sharia North, part of what they were angry of is that how come that it is only in northern Nigeria that the military always have, sort of bombed civilian mistakenly, that it has never happened anywhere in the West. It hasn't happened in the East and all that. So a few weeks after that, this is happening. That's why I'm kind of like, we'll hold on and wait till morning when we actually know what happened and how many casualties. And if there is none, right, of course, people will probably just want to kind of, let's move on. I won't say much on that. But let's come back to the primary, what do you call it? The primary convo tonight. And like I said, as I am kind of doing this right here, right, immediately I get any new information that pops in on this Ibadan explosion, I'm going to drop it live in this conversation. So apparently, the Better Gates has the endorsement of Kolu. However, except for the time that she sort of mismove when she made a request for 583 million to be transferred to a private account of one of our vendors, their SPV as usual, right? But in November, there is a memo that came out and it was about 3 billion naira. In Nigeria, what the criminals in Nigeria, what they do is not to fight poverty, okay? They are only there to manage poverty, all right? So this memo popped out yesterday, and it was from the office of Gbajabiamole, where it was approved, that Better Edu should spend 3 billion naira to review their, what do you call it? Palliative verification their national social register. This is meant to be the register used by Bokwari for 8 years. Now, just to review it, 3 billion naira was approved. I mean, since this Better Edu and Edugate came to light, they have already exposed over 7 billion naira stolen by these crooks through these bogus contracts review register. Remember that the Interior Minister, Olubunmi Ojo, Tunji Ojo Abi, Olubunmi Ojo Abi, whatever. The guy said the job that his wife does for the ministry was to review the register of the social investment where they are sharing money to them for Ekiti. And their paid auctions. They also came out to say the money was not paid to Olubunmi Ojo's company, led by or managed by his wife. That it wasn't paid to her as a consultancy fee. It was paid to her because the money would then be shared to the poorest Nigerians. But that is not what their document says. Their document is not talking about who has been paid or who hasn't been paid yet. They haven't even opened the book yet. What they are currently opening is that Beta Edu paid out over 7 billion naira in bits like that since she became minister to people to consult, others to put the register together, bring the list. We don't have list in Oshun. We don't have list in Uyo. Okay, you know what? Mayegun, can you go and bring us the list from Cross River as well as Akwa Ibom? But I'm not from Akwa Ibom. I don't know anything about Akwa Ibom. You don't need to know anything about Akwa Ibom, my friend. Send your bank account details. So they have already expended over 7 billion. You see this 3 billion that Bajabia Mole said Tinubu has approved. The money no today. This is supposed to be COVID-19 palliative money. You know, say Emefiole is already been accused of stealing over 100 billion of COVID money that people donated, contributed during COVID, while the rest of you were locked down. Locked up. I've been a lockdown. You were locked down. Your business is shut down, right? You see, when people were giving money to to your government, they were banking the money. And at a point, they shared the money. They shared the money in the name of the Ministry of Disaster and Poverty. Is the one to come and meet all of you, the poor people. Now, COVID money that was supposed to be shared to all of the poor Nigerians, maybe about 3 years ago, that COVID money left over is what they now used to pay consultants to go and review the register and see if the register that Bokwari said is being using is genuine, if the people are real and all of that stuff. 3 billion naira. That one is just to pay them all. The ones that caused this trouble, 583 million. It was when there is no access to the account where she normally take the money from. She decided, all right, to write a memo straight to the accountant general. Like, listen, could you please pay this person this amount of money? And we're like, no, that's not how it's done. You will need to take this again, like the 3 billion. You will need to take it to the Federal Executive Council. Once it is approved, Tinubu approve it, then we'll send the money to the normal account in your ministry. It is you from your ministry that we then pay whoever you want to pay. Because when we ask for account of how you spend the money, you will be the one to say, this is how we spend the money we received. That's the protocol. Well, that's what they told her anyway. However, like some people said that it is either, they just want to throw her under the bus, all right, by releasing all of these memos, including the one she sent to Accountant General. But now, we now realize that the stealing before the audacity, the confidence that Better has, or more better, the audacity that she had to approach the Accountant General for over 500 million naira was simply because she's been like, raising memo on monies that have already been legally approved by Tinubu and gang, especially by Jabia Mole. And as it is, I'm not telling you all of this because probably you have anything to do about it. No, 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 no. I am telling you all of this simply because when you sit down, all right, and you try to kind of figure out why everything is not working in Nigeria, before you begin to believe that there are some evil spirits that kind of enter your politicians the moment they have access to power, and all other imaginary nonsense that you probably put in your head to excuse this stealing. If people, the poorest people in Nigeria, if they genuinely put the 3 billion, be 7 billion into the system, where people without all this intermediary party agency that are now contractors, all these party dancers, political jobbers who are suddenly businessmen and women, starting different businesses only to become contractors, middlemen. If the system really want to help the people to impact on their lives and not to put money in the pocket of, minute few, all right, then, like easily, you know what 3 billion, you know what 7 billion would do. Do you know what 2.6 trillion would do in the life of the alleged poorest Nigerians? 2.6 trillion naira. That is how much Shadia said she shared in 4 years under Bukwari. Pastor Ruga hasn't given any account of what he spent when he crashed his helicopter in Kogi, in the process of sharing money to the poor people. Do you know if that 2.6 trillion actually went to the real people that needed it, not to the pocket of their party members? Do you think poverty will be this high in Nigeria? Let's just kind of imagine it, you and I. And then again, you just think of this. Between myself, who is trying to let you understand the real problem, and the people behind the problems, right? Their actions that are affecting the lives of, including you that is watching me right now. Whether it is me that is the enemy of Nigeria, or those who told you that they are working and they are going to lift 100 million of you out of poverty. Meanwhile, what they are doing is to actually cash out on you. While you are waiting for them to fulfill what they told you, they are already cashing out. Billions of naira are already in private pockets while you are waiting. A lot of you are still waiting right now before this scandal broke. And it is just one single ministry. Take a look around you. They have 48 ministries. Abi, how many they get? Well, 48 ministers, sha. I think 24 ministry, Abi 25. Because when they have one minister, they have junior. When they have one minister, they have junior. A lot of you are asking, why is the security situation is now it's getting worse, It's because the two former governors who happen to be the Minister of Defense and the Junior Minister of Defense and the Minister of Defense for states. These are two rogues, Badaru and Matawale. And do you know that in the space of the time these criminals came in, they have not only just budgeted, though, they have also expended over 400 billion naira fighting insecurity. Do you know that? Yet, a soldier in Nigeria is only being paid $50 or $42. That's the salary of a soldier in Nigeria. Meanwhile, you see all these billions. They have been paid, though. The money is out, though. You remember their supplementary budgets now, or have you forgotten? Supplementary budget. They've expended that. Where the Wike came out the other day and he said, out of 90 billion that he asked for, he has already received over 61 billion and he has already disbursed that. That's really wicked. Now, what about if you begin to kind of dip your hand into their pocket, you will know where your money went and why the insecurity continue to increase. But they continue to tell you, we are doing everything. We are working to like that. So who is the enemy? Myself or your criminal leaders? Tinubu was in Owerri yesterday, and he was there for Hopeless Uzodegba's second term. And as usual, he started his gibberish. He started his balablu, senseless talks. But you can pick 1, 2, 3 from and kind of try to make sentences out of maybe 1, 2, 3 things you can pick from what he said. You know, for example, the hardship is you should endure that. And then for those who don't Japa, or those who are living in Nigeria, all of you who don't Japa, nobody go miss you per se. Tinubu promised the Owerri youth that they shouldn't Japa, don't Japa. I will train all of you that will replace all the people that Japa. Train them in what? He got to a stage that Obasanjo had to get up and he stood up and he walked away. And you know what happened? When Obasanjo was walking away, the next thing, Tinubu Agbero, Igbin Ragbiji, Omota, the guy in that house, Shabi. It was like that. Sean Baba, something like Sean Baba, I'll save Johnny Baba. Baba, save Johnny Baba. I said, Nigeria, lay alone. Let me take you to that Owerri. Again, see, as you are coming with me to Owerri, I want to kind of say something. It is a caveat. All right? Listen, do not sit there and be expecting any sensible thing from Tinubu. I told you and I'm warning you ahead now. It's all gibberish. But to some of you who are going to watch it and listen, right? Just pretend that you are listening to a crowned king, and currently performing a circus. Unfortunately, there are some people who believe him. That is the most unfortunate part of it. Do not begin to raise your up. Like, what is he saying? What is he talking about? Because I'm still taking you to Abuja tonight, where they were praising Bokuwari. Femi Oponu Adeshina wrote book about Bokuwari. Let's go to Owerri first. Call, please.
I stand before you to say you have gone through twists and turns of democracy. You've been through some aspect of hard decisions. Each time I watch the news and see one frame or the other, one pain or the other, associated with the removal of subsidy, just remember that among you, your families are pregnant people. The day of birth is the day of pain. You go through the labor pain. When you see or you hear the voice of the baby, your pains are gone and you are relieved. Nigeria is at it. The last 40 years, some very few people were cornering our commonwealth, calling it subsidy. I call it wasteful and thievery. But right now, we are going through the pain. We are sharing that pain. But today, we are inaugurating a man's second term, a renewed hope. And that is why I am here. To guarantee you that hope, that things are looking up. Things are getting better. And it will get greater and better for the common good of the Nigerian public. We just need to work hard, be more patient, persevere, and you have consistency in governance. Don't worry. With me here is hope. The real hope. Say it again. I assure you, there will be substantial development in the education of your children. You will see the priority in industrialization. Healthcare will receive more allocation and more attention. Don't worry about what you are hearing about the Japa syndrome. We will train more people. And then we can supply them safe.
Nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
Sometimes if you just take a look, first question is, could you make any sense out of all he said? So that I won't be the one that maybe I'm the only person who probably has a comprehension problem. Could you make any sense out of all he said? The president of Nigeria. And 5 minutes there. There is more, but there's no point in bothering you with all of that. Don't worry about Japa syndrome. Are you sure?
Let me tell you something. I have gone further to negotiate with the European Union companies and Canadian companies. They are sending us special areas of digital skill, which our youth will also learn. And by December this year, 4,000 Imo youths will be employed in Europe. And once the employment the governor will pay for your 8 tickets.
Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country. It's unfair. This is unfair now. This is unfair.
In December 2023, this was last year. I don't know if the employment letter from Europe for this Imo youth, if they have arrived yet, or maybe the 4,000 have already left Nigeria. Let me tell you something where you will know that Nigeria is completely hopeless, helpless. Nigeria is done for a long time now. We have been living a lie. But don't worry, okay? If you have not reached that your own stage of, what do you call it? Reality, you are going to get to reach at that stage. These guys, in 8 years, they lost over 30,000 professional medical practitioners to the West. Just late last year, the report came that out of 30,100 registered laboratories in Nigeria, out of 30,100, only 16 or so thousand came back to the registered to renew their licenses. Meaning, Nigeria health sector has been so destroyed, and the brain drain that that sector has suffered because of the neglect from these criminals can best be imagined. Now, you know something. People are leaving Nigeria for so many reasons. The primary of those reasons is because of insecurity. And all you need is to just find any excuse to get out of Nigeria. That is the popularity of Japa. They are not interested in ending insecurity. They are planning to make money from it. They are making money from it rather. They are not planning to end the brain drain. They are planning to make money from it. These guys are planning to make laws that every Nigerian that is employed in any part of the world, their employer must, as a matter of law, remit a certain percentage of their earnings back to Nigeria, because according to them, education is cheap in Nigeria. But because Nigerians don't have jobs, right? They just leave the country. The rest of the world kind of benefit from that brain drain. So Nigerian criminals are not planning to end the brain drain. They are planning to make laws in order to be able to tax you, me, everybody, because we're educated by Nigeria, according to them. So that's what Tinubu was saying, because they are already saying it. The Dumbos are already telling themselves that it can work. Of course, it can work. If you don't pay it, you can never get Nigerian passport, and you can never get this, or they will just put some conditions until they begin to take money. So they don't care if all of you want to leave Nigeria, leave Nigeria. Doctors or professionals, they don't care. Because according to them, maybe that's going to be a market. Let's train them. Let's give them this education and whatever it is, right? And then if the world want to take them, because we don't have any use for them, they can take them, but they need to give us money. This was where Obasanjo probably just left, like, with a little Benny. Because I'm now. I mean, I think I have a picture. Look at them. They met. This is two of them. This is the man on the left is 70 years old. Football age. The man on the right, Obang Paro, is about 88, Abi 89. Sorry, I think I'm exaggerating, Abi. He's about 85. Obasanjo is an old man. If he's not even 90, gone safe. What is Obasanjo's age again? Remind me. So, but the one on the left usually called the one on the right Baba. However, everyone who knows their history, sure you get, they will understand the meaning of that picture. Okay? If it's for Obasanjo, people like Tinubu will probably be in jail. But thank the politics of ethnic and religion that Tinubu is a master. That's why till tomorrow, there is a section of the Yorubas that kind of believe that Obasanjo is not Yoruba. A lot of you may not believe that this actually came from the likes of Tinubu and their camp. That's why if they cook propaganda against you, Baba, it go take, I don't know what it go take to clear you. Tinubu and gang then get that tool before social media came. Now that social media can't neutralize them small. Sure you get the way they will rope you, and at the end of the day, Baba, Obasanjo, they will tell you, I know what I'm saying. Obasanjo is Igbo. And there is actually this racist, xenophobic kind of politics that Tinubu and co play. And they have a way. It's like that politics of Ladoke Akintola in the era of Awolowo. See, all these things you are seeing today, right? They are not new. If you go back to history, if you listen to the audio of Ladoke Akintola, Adeyinka Grandiot, and what he's been doing will not be new to you. And this was somebody who was like a deputy premier of the entire Western region. His politics was crude, it was hateful, it was ethnic, and he never hid it. Back then, Grabayini. That is the politics of Tinubu. Until tomorrow, there will be Yorubas that will tell you confidently, grown-up men and women, they will tell you Obasanjo is Igbo. Say, his mama was, you know what I mean? Meanwhile, Obasanjo will take you to where his father died and buried in Owu. It will take you to where his mother was died and buried in Owu. But somebody from Iragbiji that denied his own father and his own mother, accused him of being Igbo. And there are those who believe. So I think Obasanjo was probably have had enough. He has had enough. He had had enough, and he was like, "Nah, I'm getting out of here." And Tinubu saw him. His reaction.
Hi, Obasanjo don't verse come out because we are talking rubbish.
Baba save Johnny because he's talking rubbish, but it is Kolu. And I don't know if you have been reading everywhere where they will tell you that he's no longer shaking, he is no longer doing bala blue, he's no longer sick, and they are saying all of these things because every day, the coverage, the package, they are doing their best to make sure that everything is still pretty much like covered and managed and all of that. You know what I mean? Who are the type of people that will actually have access to record him or see him and all that? That is being done. The media will not have one-on-one, but once in a while, it will sleep at events. Even if they give him a speech, right? It will sleep. It will go out of the way and it will go show the true inside, the Kolu that we know. And that's the moment that it will make any sense. It will just talk nonsense, jargons. Sometimes you will think he's talking like they are still campaigning. That is not yet your president, they are still doing campaign. I don't know if you have observed that anyway, but I have severally. Okay. This is a copy of an interview conducted by the BBC Africa, and it's about the Fulani terrorists. You see this segment I'm going to cut off for you. I just want to show you this just so you kind of have a memory of what people experienced under Bukuari, just to remind you, kind of. And today, they launched 2 books, written by Femi Oponu-Adeshina. Now, Femi Oponu-Adeshina wrote a book, 2 books, and he called one of them Working with Bukuari, telling Nigerians what they didn't know about Bukuari and Bukuari's government. A lot of people have misjudged him and blah, 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 nonsense. So, Baba, if no be madness, the report out there is that apart from the looting, Bukuari being the most corrupt regime in the history of Nigeria, apart from the looting, the destruction of Nigeria economy, is so much like pronounced. The poverty, the insecurity. Baba, till tomorrow, they are still telling themselves that Bukuari defeated Boko Haram. Before Bukuari, there was no Fulani terrorist. Under Bukuari, they became kings. Here is one of them that was interviewed. They have bases, they have everywhere. People see them and all that. They collect the ransom, they take the money, they pay their gun runners and all of that. Nobody is looking for them per se. Do you remember this clip?
This is one of the bandits who led the attack on the girls. It took me 5 months to contact him and another 4 to persuade him to meet. I eventually met Abu Sani deep in the forest. Kana cikin waɗanda suka ɗauka yara a jan gebe 'yan mata?
Kwarai, muna ciki.
Yara nawa kuka ɗauka, mata nawa kuka ɗauka?
280.
Shin za ka iya gaya mana dalilin da ya sa kuka ɗauka 'yan matan nan?
Muka zo mu kuma da kaka ta yi ruwa suka yi sauki, aka fara turo muna jami'ai inda muke, sai muka ce to bari mu goda ma gwamnati. In ta shiga wannan lamarin matsala ake samu, shi yasa muka zo jan gebe muka ɗauko 'yan makaranta tunda sun hana mu wuce mu zo gida, dole mu ɓata mata rai. Muka zo muka ɗauko 'yan makarantar jan gebe.
To kai kana gani ɗaukan yara da ba su san hawa ba su san sauka ba daidai ne?
To mu a bisa tsarinmu na ta'addanci shine hukuncin da ya dace da gwamnati, sai cancanta mu yi ma gwamnati ta gane kuskurenta. Don da bata tare mu ba da ba mu ɗauko su ba.
Shin wani irin mutum zai shiga ɗaki da yara 'yan mata suke kwance ya ɗauko su da daddare saboda matsala da yake da wani?
To bari maka wani misali wanda kila shi za ka yi fahimta ne. Kasan an ce idan kai laifi ɗaya za a yi maka wani ɗigo ga zuciya, idan ka ƙara wani za a yi maka ɗigo, da haka a ɗige ma zuciya ta zamba irin. To wanda ke irin waɗannan harukokin baya jin ya damu da duk irin abubuwan da ke faruwa saboda bushewar zuciya. Amma mu dai illa abin da zan ce muna ba su haƙuri, amma mu ba mu ji wata damuwa da irin haka ne sam. Saboda mu iya abin da muke gani mu yi ma gwamnati mun ɓata mata rai shine kawai.
Me yasa kake tunani arewacin Najeriya tana ta lalacewa, tana rikicewa da waɗannan matsaloli na tsaro?
Saboda mai da abun neman kuɗi. Saboda shine kowa kuɗi yake nema da wannan ɓangare shi aka mayar. Yasa harkoki suke lalacewa tun daga manyan har zuwa ga ƙanana. Kaga su kuma jami'ai can an ce gwamnati ita ma in ana rikici ana turo mata da kuɗi. Kaga ta wancan ɓangaren su ma suna samu. Mu mata nan kaji za a zubar da jini za ka yi sai amma kuma ai ta yi haka nan.
To kaman yaya bayan an yi maganganu nawa aka biya ko me aka yi aka ba da yara?
Da mun ce za a ba mu miliyan 300. Daga baya aka haɗa mu da wasu aka yi ta maganganu shine dai suka ba da miliyan 60 aka sake su. Aka suka bayar. Miliyan 60 suka bayar aka sake su.
Miliyan 60? Kaga miliyan 60 ɗin?
Da ido na mu muka karɓo su.
To me kuka yi da wannan kuɗin?
Mun ƙaro bindigogi ne da su. Mun sai wasu bindigogi ba don da tun ɗazun ne da na aika an ɗauko ma bindigar da na so da su. In gwada maka ma bindigar da na so da irin kuɗi.
This is one of the bandits who led the attack on the girls. It took...
You saw that? They were like kings. But in Abuja today, where in their usual manner present themselves for the job well done. If Nigeria is not working for you and you can't do anything about it, that is your own fault. For these guys, everything is fine. So let's go to that Abuja. And I'm going